Hello. We're going to be getting going on day 46 of Blueprints. Before I start up the game, I just wanted to show you, okay, where I'm kind of where I'm at in my thinking. Day 45, we got another Sanctum key. We got the one from the music room. We got the one from this. The seventh is major if you draft it quite late, and I had guessed. Well, whenever we draft the music room, it says one major and one minor, right? Like you get a minor key, like just a regular key, and then you get a major key, which is a special key of some kind. So that their terminology, saying major key versus minor key in the music room made me think that this line, referred to the music room, and drafted quite late made me think, oh, well, maybe it means if it's in the 8th or ninth rank. Well, it just so happened yesterday while I was trying to fill out the house in order to complete a trophy, which I didn't accomplish. I was one room short. But I did have the option at one point to draft the music room into the ninth rank, and so I did. And sure enough, the major key was a sanctum key. We picked it up. We went down. We opened up the Arch Aries sanctum room. It took us a while, but we solved the sigil puzzle, and we solved the puzzle box down there, and all of that. So that's what we did day 45. But what that means is I've got 3 of these 8 sanctum keys. I've got this first one. I did the first one. I did the 4th one, the one that was in the boxes at the bottom of the reservoir. And I've done this one, the 7th one, which is from the music room. So I haven't done the 2nd, the 3rd, the 5th, the 6th, or the 8th, right? So the 5th and the 6th, I don't really have an idea where they are, and they might not be accessible to me at the moment. Like I might need to unlock other explorable areas. The 3rd is high up among all the clocks. That should mean that it's in the clock tower, but I've gone up in the clock tower multiple times to look for it and not found it. But there's all these clues that indicate that 1:30 is a very specific time for the clock tower. So it might be that at like 1:30 p.m. game time precisely in the clock tower, something opens up and is like open for like a few minutes, and you can grab the sanctum key and then it closes up again. That's my best guess. So if I have the option of drafting a clock tower early enough in the day to test that theory out, that's a thing I will do. The second one, locked tight in the vault of a bank. I'm absolutely sure this means, well, I say absolutely sure. I'm pretty sure. I'm a high degree of confidence. This means, I know it's in the vault of the bank, but it locked up tight. I'm pretty sure that means that I need to get a safety deposit key, in a particular safety deposit key to a particular safety deposit box will reveal a sanctum key. I've had 2 safety deposit keys that I've used so far in the vault. They've both given me passports, one fake and one, well, both fake, but one not used and one used for alternate identities for Mary Jones, aka Marion Marigold, our mother, fleeing the country, right? So I'm hoping if we get a 3rd, I'm hoping that's all the like passports that it wanted us to see, and that if we ever get a 3rd, but maybe we have to wait to our 4th safety deposit key before we'll finally just reveal the box with the sanctum key to us. But the point being is today, if I have the opportunity to draft a bank or draft the vault, I will. I mean, I might not have immediate use for the 40 coin, that we'll find out, but I'll draft it just in case I get a safety deposit key, right? So I'll draft the vault if I can. I'll draft the clock tower if I can early in the day. If it gets too late in the day, I might not. I might no longer prioritize it. I don't know what to do about these, and I don't know what to do about this last one. The last key is waiting behind the last door of 8. I thought I knew what that meant, but apparently I didn't. So, still stumped on that one. Okay. Um, I could try to complete trophies, but honestly, I forget what the benefit is for having. There was something that was contingent upon completing 8 trophies specifically. Um, there's some clue. I need to track it down what that clue was, but I forget what the benefit was. But it doesn't sound like it's going to be necessarily a sanctum key, but it might be forward progress that we need before we can get a sanctum key. So if I can complete one or more trophies today, I will try to, but I'm not going to spend my whole day just trying to complete a specific trophy, because a specific trophy doesn't do a whole lot for me. I don't think. I just need 8 total trophies. So if I look close to being able to do a trophy, I'll try to, capitalize opportunistically the chance to do so. There are, I don't know what to do with this. Maybe nothing with this ransom letter, because we got another note that said, "Oh, you got all your letters back, including this other letter." But any rate, so we've got a couple more safes to find and crack for a couple more red letters, because we've got 6 of the 8 red letters. We need to, but I also need what I also need to prioritize is, and there is a trophy for having all of the floor plans added to the draft pool, like getting, which is like the drafting studio or the drawing. I think it's the drafting studio. So the draft I have from the drafting studio, we can permanently add a new floor plan to the house. So I think we're gonna have to do that a number more times in order to complete that trophy. But also, the other advantage to doing that, or the other reason, the real reason to do that, is that I need to find and visit the remaining rooms that have these pawn pieces, because at some point in time I'm going to have to know which rooms have which pawn, or which, not pawn pieces, which chess pieces, which rooms have which chess pieces, and then engineer a day in which, like, all of those rooms are available, or some combination of those rooms are drafted into the estate, so that I can then go down to the precipice and solve the chessboard puzzle, right? So that is a puzzle that I'm like also trying to keep in my mind as I'm doing other things, is let's work on that puzzle, as we can. Um, but I need to think about it a little more now that, I've got less other things to think about. I'm still holding off on I still don't know what to do about this, so I'm still like chilling on this for the moment. Because this might have something to do with uh, where is it? So yeah, solving this, right? The book page words from the books that we've read and screenshot. Solving this might be relying upon solving the signs puzzle from the new clue first, and this relies upon finding a metro map, which we have yet to find. So I'm going to be keeping my eye open for a map to the metro, tunnel map, or metro route map, right? And then maybe I can do this, and then that will give me clues as to how to solve this, right? So that's another thing I'm like looking for, progress wise. Okay, I think that's sharing enough. I still don't also know what pointing hands do. I don't know what spinning globes do. I don't know what the orchard sundial does, right? So I'm going to look for other candelabras as I'm entering rooms. Are there other candelabras that can be lit and will reveal hidden compartments, or, reveal secrets to us, right? Um, oh, we did the reservoir boxes puzzle. Let me move this from active to solved. Okay. Um. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So let's get it going. We also don't know what to do with this Black Bridge note yet. So just saying, there's all kinds of things to keep in mind. And let's get the game going. Again, we're doing day 46 of Blueprints. I should still be blessed today. Blessing of the Gardener, meaning I'll see more courtyards. And courtyards have dig spots, and then they have some other special thing like a trunk or metal detector or sledgehammer or some other special item, like it's a trunk or a special item. Have been pretty consistent in courtyards. And so we'll see more courtyards today per the blessing of the Gardener. Or more courtyard opportunities today. Let's go. Because Blessing of the Gardener actually just adds 8 courtyards to the draft, but we are not forced to draft them. But we kind of want to, more often. It generally benefits us to do so, is my point. All right, we have 70 steps. We have 2 gems. I guess we don't have any keys. I guess we didn't do a clock tower to start our day with a key or more. That's fine. Okay, so our allowance is now up to 39. Let's go pick our outbuilding for the day. That will inform our strategy of the day. On my way, I will make a wish. And if I'm later 1 coin short of being able to do something, I'll kick myself. And again, all doing a wish does is it puts 1 coin per day, or per wish, which is maximum once per day, in the fountain. And then if we ever drain the fountain, we can get all those coins back and use them in a single day. So it's just a way to like piggy bank some money for later at a very slow rate. Okay, Tomb will give us money at a quicker rate because that will give us 5 coins every time we draft a dead-end room. Well, interestingly, we want to draft the clock tower. That's a dead-end room. We want to draft the vault. That's a dead-end room, right? We want to draft the solarium, which will give us rare and unusual rooms. That's a dead-end room. So we are incentivized today, or I'm incentivized to draft some dead-end rooms today. So I'm going to pick the Tomb. And 8th thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here and I'm going to open the door so that we can access this without having to go back or having to go outside. So first of all, remember that we have to remember there's at least 1 dig spot down here. There might be more than 1, but there's at least 1 dig spot. We'll go ahead and pick up these coins. Those 5 coins come from the fact that the Tomb entrance itself is technically a dead-end room, even though it's not really, dead-end because it leads to all these places that we have opened up since. No, so we can only open this door to the rest of the underground from this side. So I'm going to go ahead and open this now. The scythe points at the reservoir like, oh, it's important, while we drained the reservoir. We opened up all of those boxes. We didn't have to open all of them. I just had the extra keys and time, so I did. But we're done with, knowing what that's about. I'm not going to go any further down because I don't really need to be in the underground. I can't get from the underground basement to the foundation because I can't call the elevator because I don't have an access card. I have a sleeping mask and a lockpick because I did buy a moon pendant at the showroom day 45, which picked 2 random items that we could start with. So we're starting with lockpick, which is useful. and a sleeping mask for help us get some extra steps. So that's also useful. But because I can't get from the basement up to the foundation, we're going to go back up, you know, we're going to go back the way we came, and but I just needed to open that door so that later, if I need to go collect money, I don't have to walk outside to the tomb to do so. I can do so from the foundation, or from the a couple other access points to the underground, but the foundation, you know, the most critical, right? Okay. So we're now at 62 steps. We're gonna go over here, hallway, pick up a key. Go over here. Now, walk-in closet. 4 items immediately. We're gonna do that. It costs a gem, but it's not a bad corner to have a dead-end room, and dead-end room gives us extra money down in the tomb, right? That we can go collect if we need. Oh, what's this? Gain an additional effect of each constellation observed in the observatory. So if we get the observatory, it kind of doubles everything. Which, if today we get a dead-end room, won't be great. This is a shirt that I bought at the gift shop. It's just hanging here. I don't think it does anything for us necessarily, but it exists. Maybe it has some game effect, or maybe it makes the items in here be slightly better than they would be, you know, better random picks than they would be otherwise. I don't know. But I have this telescope, so I will want to do the observatory to make use of the telescope while I have it, right? But I also got a key and a replacement gem and everything, and some coins, which is cool. All right, so now this is at dead end, and that's fine. So we're going to go this way. We have 46 coins. So doing a commissary, and then will cost us a gem, but we can basically buy out the commissary. You know, we can get all the useful items from the commissary. So yes, we'll take a metal detector. We will help us get coins. We'll take a sledgehammer so we can open some chests. Like we know there's going to be chests in some of the courtyards. We know there's or trunks. I mean, we know there's going to be trunks in the pool if we draft the pool. I don't care about the salt shaker. I will buy as many gems as it will sell me, because I know it's not going to be an infinite amount. So that's fine. So now I'm down to 13 coin, and I'm okay with that because I have a way to get money today if I need money. But now I have plenty of gems. I don't have to worry about that for a while. I do not have plenty of keys, so but I do have a lockpick. So I need to remember I have a lockpick and use that first before I jump and use a key. Well, ironically, it's going to let me, I could have a locksmith and then I could buy keys. But that would dead end me. That would dead end me here, and then I'd be relying upon these two doorways. This kind of dead ends me because it only bends down here and I can't rotate it. Dark room leads up here, but I won't know what I'm drafting. So I'm going to take the locksmith because this would be a randomly put a room here. And I don't think that's as useful as having a locksmith. Having a locksmith can be clutch, you know. Plus, it's another dead-end room. So we'll get more money down in the tomb. Right now, I will go ahead and... do I want a special key? I could get one special key and one regular key. But I think I'll just go ahead and get the buy. Well, I'm also able to open trunks today. So I'm just, at the moment, I'm going to buy a special key. Okay, it's a prism key. If I unlock a door with prism key in a colored room, in a non-blue room, I will draw floor plans of that same color. Good to know. Okay. That can be worthwhile. I will not buy this key here because I'm going to just. Well, no, I will. Well, no. Because it's 5 for one key and I can spend 12 and get 3 keys. So I'll just come back with more money if I need more keys. But I do have a lockpick kit, so. And I'm likely to find more keys, you know, naturally today. Like if I, reading Nook will have a key, that sort of thing. And now I just have these 2 doorways and then, so that's what I've done to myself. Okay. So we're going to go here first because I want to see if I can get up and back over to here, right? Courtyard is a gem. It will have a trunk. It will have dig spots, but it won't lead me up. Spare bedroom leads me up. Corridor leads me up. The advantage of spare bedroom is we have a sleeping mask, so we get more steps for walking into a spare bedroom. Plus, there are other effects in the game that will give us stuff based upon the number of bedrooms, right, that we have. So between a spare bedroom and a corridor that both lead the same place, we'll take a spare bedroom. And it has, spare bedrooms pretty consistently had an item right over here, many times being the gym. Today it is a lucky rabbit's foot, greater chance of finding items, which is awesome. We want to find items. That is, I like that. Okay. Excuse my voice. I did a lot of talking last night in a game session with some friends of mine that went pretty long, and talking with my dog this morning, and I'm just like, my voice is very rough and hoarse, and I apologize. Okay. Parlor, we would get 2 gems, but it would go over here. Den, we get 1 gem and it goes both directions, but it doesn't go up here. Okay, none of these choices are going to let me get to the foundation from here, which is disappointing, so I'll have to try to get in from another way. So we're going to go this way. And a reason why it is, I consider it like a goal every single day to connect to the foundation is, first of all, we know the foundation is in this orientation and has these 3 doorways. So even if I connect here, I know I have a doorway right here going this direction, right? Going up. And going up is something we eventually want to do every day. So if we can connect to the foundation, then we know we've got a way to go up. Now, it could be a security door, which sucks when that happens, but, it's at least a doorway going up. Plus, it is the only, it's from here that we can take the elevator down into the underground. From the underground, unless we have an access card, we can't like go outside, go to the basement, and summon the elevator. Until we have a key card, we have to take the elevator down from the foundation if we want to go back and forth between the underground and the house efficiently without having to. Now, we have other ways that we can do it. Like if we can't get to the foundation, I can go outside and I can get to the basement, or I have the tomb, so I can get to the underground via the tomb, right? Or I could take the precipice elevator down, and that's another way that I can now get to the underground. So I have multiple ways I can get to the underground. But if I'm like in this part of the house, going all the way out the entrance hall, like some, windy way back out the entrance hall, and then walking around outside and blah, 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 just to find the entrance to the underground, then all of that. It's a lot more step efficient to go to the foundation, which is basically like center of the house, not exact center. That would be like right here. But regardless, central to the house, and then access there, and then come right back to here, which critically we can only come back to here from the underground if we have taken the elevator down or have a key card to summon the elevator, right? So that is why it's always, for me, critically important to connect the foundation if possible. All right, I picked up that gem. I want to go this way. I like the resources, and dead end gives us more coins in the tomb, but I don't want a dead end right here because I want to get over to this side of the house, which will be really difficult, So corridor will take me over here. Courtyard does not take me over here, but it takes me up here. Courtyard has its own benefits, but I kind of want to get up over here and hope to elbow up. If I can get over here and then courtyard up, that will be fine. So I'm going to do corridor. There's nothing in this corridor, no items or anything. Okay. We have the lucky rabbit's foot, so we expect to see some additional items occasionally. Okay, security. West Wing takes me up. West Wing Hall takes me up. Security Casa Gym takes me up. Book Nook would give me a key, but it would dead end me. So I'm going to do security. Cost me a gem, but I can reduce the security level. First off, well, let's see. Metal. We have a metal detector, so metal detector is saying I get stuff. What? Oh, there's a coin. Okay. So, couple things. I'm going to, of course, reduce view estate inventory. Okay, there's 10 coins. They're down in the tomb. I know that. Okay. I know where they are, I mean. We're going to change the security level to low because we don't have a key card at the moment. We'll change it back to high again if we can get past security doors. But we can't get past security doors in the moment, so we're going to change it to low. Change the offline mode to unlocked because that's always better than locked. And then I'm going to log in. I'm going to start today's experiment. This is all, if you've been watching these videos, this is all super routine choices, right? So I can start the laboratory because once per day I can access an offline terminal because I have the Blackbridge connection. And the laboratory to me is better or than the office or the shelter for reasons. I prefer experiments to checking radiation level, which is all I can really do from the shelter. Or spreading coins from the office is good, but I have other ways to get coins. So the experiment many often will give me ways to get things that I can't easily get or as easily get other ways, right? Like maybe get reroll die or spread dirt or, get random keys and stuff, who knows? Okay. If drawing room floor plan, which would probably be once, when I draft a hallway from another hallway, well, courtyards count as hallways, so this is very possible that I could draft a courtyard from a hallway or a courtyard from a courtyard, right? So we're going to choose this trigger. And then letter delivered to the mailroom, or I could reset my steps to 40. Okay, I have a sledgehammer, so adding a small chest to the entrance hall is not bad. Having letters delivered to the mailroom is what we're going to do. The reason being is because basically we don't really have an alternate way to get letters delivered to the mailroom. We have to do it via lab experiment, if at all, so far as I'm aware. So, like, I can get steps another way. Chests or trunks, however you want to call them. There's other ways to get those, but also the contents of those are like coins, keys, gems, reroll die, and there are ways to get those items, right? So, but letters delivered to the mailroom, that's a harder thing to come by. So that's what we're going to do. Start the experiment. Okay. We'll try to trigger that, one or more times today. I'll try to keep that in mind. Hallway from hallway. Okay. All right. I think we've done what we can do from the security office here. Garage will dead end us and give us 3 keys. I have a locksmith. I have a lockpick kit, and I have a way to get money in. I have a locksmith, so I don't really need the 3 keys, and I don't really want a dead end. Workshop, we do want to be able to combine items, especially since we have Lucky Rabbit's Foot, which means we're more likely to find items. So the ability to combine items is useful. I'm going to walk into the workshop, but what I'm not going to do is draft this room just yet. I'm going to come back. I'll come back then and go through the corridor and go back this way. And the only reason why I'm stepping into the workshop is because it gives us some item immediately, right? There's always an item on that workbench, and it couldn't be a sledgehammer because I already have a sledgehammer. So it had to be something else. Now, this time it was a broken handle, which is not useful in itself, but it is useful for combining. So we're going to come here and see if I can combine something I haven't combined before. Pick sound amplifier we have made before. That lets us pick higher level, higher, more securely locked doors that would generally need regular keys. But I really want to, I want to get the trophy of having constructed all 8 available all 8 available things. And I've done 7 of the 8, so I'm trying to figure out what the 8th one is. So if I use these items and combine them to this, then these items won't be combinable into other things. So okay, so then okay, sledgehammer plus broken lever plus okay. Oh, no, sledgehammer plus broken lever just is a thing. What is that thing? No, it does need a third thing. It needs a third thing. That's okay. So sledgehammer plus broken lever plus some third thing. And I may have made that already. I think it might be like battery pack, and I think that might be the jackhammer. Which I may have, so that combination I may have made already. Okay, so I'm gonna hold off on, combining anything. I can get keys, so I don't think I need the lockpick amplifier. I do not want to draft this room yet. I'm just not ready to choose yet what that room ought to be. Let's get over here. We're going to do the observatory because, well, it will bend down this way. And we do have a way up over here. But we're going to do the observatory because we were told that we get double benefits today. So, and some of those benefits, like, you know, special flowers in green rooms, it's better to get earlier, as early, you know, sooner before we draft a bunch of green rooms. So E. Okay, this is Draxus the Dread, so we're not going to click this one, but we'll click this one, and that one. So we want Florealis, the twins, the slice. This would be Draxus the Dread, which would be more dead-end rooms. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do it. This might be a mistake, but there are a few dead-end rooms that we're actually looking for today. So it'll be hilarious when this backfires on me. This will be hilarious when it backfires on me. Okay. Get a mail room, it would be dead end, but then we'd have to go this way. This is a dead end. I'm going to do this one because I just want a few more doorways before I start dead ending myself. And yes, it cost me 2 gems. Oh, let me think about that. I'm gonna take the mail room because I'm gonna come back over here and hope that I can get over that way. Because 2 gems for this will give me a doorway here and here, but I really want this like up higher. Is what I want. Because a doorway to here that I can only get to from here, so it's really only giving me, it's the same as having an elbow, but it's 2 gems to get it, so that's expensive, so we're just going to take this. And we're going to do this because we're hoping that we will get letters today that we can then come. All right, you know, we're hoping to trigger our lab experiment and have the letters delivered, and then I can read those letters today. There's a key or a coin somewhere. Metal detector is saying so. I'm just blind. Where is it? Oh, that was really hidden. Yeah, it was hidden into the artwork, but it's a key right there. Yeah, okay. Got it. Well, we liked having a key. But we do have only like 2 explorable doors, this door and that door. So, and I've just double increased right, the effects of this today, right? Yeah. So, because the telescope doubles the effects of the, so we're going to see a lot of dead end rooms being more common. But I'm going to hope that this is not a dead-end room. Okay. So we're going to do the courtyard. Attic would be great, don't get me wrong. And if I had done the passageway here, I would do the attic here for sure. But I didn't do the passageway here. So if I do the attic here, then I'm really kind of sticking myself. So we're just going to do the courtyard for the moment. And now, oh, it gives us a shovel, which is cool. That's our lucky rabbit's foot, means we find additional items. No, I think that's in place of the trunk, because it didn't give us a trunk and give us a shovel. Now, these are flowers from the Florealis, but I really thought the whole point of the telescope... I'm going to burn I'm going to burn some extra steps. Oh, we have trunks here. I should bash those open. Yeah, okay, yeah, get all this stuff. I don't know how I got the trunks in the entrance hall, honestly. Oh, was that... I don't know. I honestly don't know. Unless they were there and I just missed them. I'm going back to the observatory because I really thought I was supposed to get double gem flowers in the like double Florealis. Is that not how that works? Okay, so it's not letting me click it again. Oh, this is what added a pair chest to the entrance hall, but it only added one pair. So how's I don't understand how the telescope works then. Gain an additional effect of each constellation observed in the observatory. But I didn't gain an additional effect. Right? I mean, didn't I use telescope? But it only gave me one pair of trunks. It only gave me the normal number of flowers. I didn't see how many extra steps it gave me, but am I crazy? What's the telescope do then? Because I would have gotten this and this and this anyway. But it was supposed to be an additional effect, right? So is it just saying it gave me an extra star for today? I don't understand it. 2, that's 5. This is a bunch. This is 20. 25. And this would be 12. No, it didn't really give me an extra star, I don't think. Isn't this always 12? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12. 1, 2. Yeah, so this is always 12. So, yeah, so, I mean, I walked in with 37 and gave me... I don't understand it. The telescope is not... I don't understand what the telescope says it does. Gain an additional effect of each constellation observed in the observatory. So that should be 4 trunks in the entrance hall. That should be, double the number of special flowers in green rooms is what it should be. And I always get 2 flowers whenever in the courtyard from Florealis, so it didn't give me double. I'm confused, and I wasted a bunch of extra steps being confused. I'm well aware, but seriously. And I have a shovel. I have a metal detector. I have not combined them into a detector shovel. I'm going to have to go all the way back to the workshop to do that. I don't need to dig up those spots just yet, so I'm going to not dig up those spots until I have until later. And there's a spot I can dig up in the tomb as well. So this is a dead end. This will lead me up. This would be a dead end. Furnace will add red rooms, but because I have an increased chance of dead end rooms, I also have an increased chance of a freezer, but I would basically need the freezer near the furnace, and I don't have a way to get any other rooms near here, so I don't really want the furnace right here. If I did a study here, while drafting, it's a dead end. While drafting, you may spend gems to redraw floor plans up to 8 times. Then I'm basically just doing whatever I can do off of this doorway. Let's do the kitchen just so I can get up over here. I will go ahead and buy. I'll spend 8 on 15 steps. It's more efficient to do it now than it is to like walk all the way back to the kitchen to do it later. Utility closet would let us turn off power to the security doors, right? That's very useful. But then I'm really not getting to this side of the house, so I'm going to do the chapel instead. And you all saw me pass on the utility closet, and then when I bitch about it later, you'll laugh at me. I am aware. All right. These are all essentially dead-end rooms. I could redraw, but I know I want a vault today. So, or, you know, I said I would do a vault if it was available. So we're going to do a vault, and then we just have this one doorway. But we have some redraw die, so. So I spent a lot of gems. And I want a safety deposit key, but we are supposed to have a lucky rabbit's foot, which is supposed to give us more random items in the house. So hopefully one of those random items will be a safety deposit key. But for the moment, and now we'll have to circle back through. I'm still not going to dig up the courtyard just yet. When we don't ever like dig up a gem, it's either coin, key, or garbage. Yeah, day 45 we had the experiment. Our experiment was if we we had a day where if our experiment was if we dig up garbage, we get a random like gem key or reroll die or something instead, which made digging up garbage useful. We don't have that benefit today, so digging up garbage is not useful. So I'm going to save those dig spots for like emergency keys or emergency whatever. But I'll probably maybe make a detector shovel first. Let's not wait to make a detector shovel. The reason being is because I want to. If I make a detector shovel, I won't have metal detector shovel available for crafting the one item I have yet to craft. So we're just going to do a regular shovel and get what we get. We can get coins and keys other ways today, so I don't need a detector shovel to get coins and keys. So we'll just go ahead and dig up spots as we encounter them, now that we have a shovel. We are not connected to the foundation yet, and, you know, it's going to be difficult to do so. But I'm going to come over here, go up, and go over here. Yes, because I need to go back to the workshop. Okay. We're going to check security, just see if we've missed items, right? We've got 20 coins. We know where they are. They're in the tomb. If I need them, I can spend a lot of steps to go get them. Where am I? Secret Garden is not bad, actually. So we're going to do a Secret Garden. We're going to use the Secret Garden key. It gives us dig spots, but also gives us a gem flower. Sometimes it's 2 gem flowers. This time it was a gem flower and an apple. And then it gives us dig spots, which would be mostly worthless, but we'll dig them up anyway. Check the pots, make sure there's nothing, no keys or fruit sitting in pots or places. You know, pots, bins, whatever. We're going to pull this lever because there's never a reason not to. So that opens the door to the antechamber from the west side, which is the side that we're on, so that's useful, right? It's the side of the house that we are presently on, so. Alrighty. Metal detector would tell me if there was just a key out in the open. It doesn't tell me about buried stuff. So now I have a doorway this way and this way. So I'm going to go this way first. Oh, and this spread fruit throughout the house. So if I have to backtrack through the house, I can eat fruit along the way and get back some more steps. This would spread coins. This gives me a battery pack. Now, here's the thing with the battery pack. Is that might be an item I need for constructing the last item, but I would be dead-ending that direction. This would dead-end me. This leads up, but I can already get up. I really want to get over here, and I want to get here and here. I am going to... I don't have... I can't rotate. And I don't even know that rotating would help me. So I'm going to redraw. That didn't help. I need to save one redraw for like emergency redraw, but so I'm going to just I'll do the parlor because it will lead to a room, and then I'm going to put a dead end room because I'm going to get an option of dead end rooms. I'll put a dead end room into the spot that it leads to, right? Here's the extra item from our lucky rabbit's foot. More items are likely to drop, we were told. Or extra items. The gems are not in a box with a true statement. So that is either true or false. If it is false, the gems are in a box with a true statement. If it's true, the gems are in the... If it's true, the gems... Anyway, we got it. The gems are not in the box with a true statement. So this and this are the same statement, so they are either both true or both false. So this has to be the opposite. The statement on the blue box is as true as this statement. If this is true, then this is true. Which would mean this would have to be by process of elimination because at least one has to be false. This would have to be false. And this says the statement on the blue box is as true as this statement. So this would have to be false if those are both true. If this is false, and this is false, then this would have to be true by process of elimination. Which can't be the case, because it can't be the case that this is true and this is false. So therefore, this must be true, this must be true, and this must be false, and these are saying are in a box, or not in a box with a true statement. So the gems have to be here. But, alrighty. So this will be a dead-end room, regardless. It won't let us pick it, so we'll use a key. Okay. Clock tower. I don't know what time it is, but we're going to do it. And hope that I've gotten it early enough in the day. So let's see what the time, let's see what the game time is according to the clock, or if it's too late yet again. So this is going this way. Twelve, 1, 2. Ah, shit, it's going on 2:30. It's after 1:30 and it's going on 2:30. So, stopwatch. For the next 1 minute, you will not lose steps when entering rooms, keys when opening doors, or gems when drafting special rooms. Oh, okay. It wants me to race. I can't even freaking get out of this room in a minute's time. How am I supposed to do any of that? Okay. Garden. Go here. Draft. Gallery gives us a bunch of stuff. We'll do gallery. Boom, boom. Boom. And don't want to dead end, so veranda is the only not dead end, right? Yeah. I don't know that there was any extra item to pick up there. I didn't stop to look. So, oh, we have dig spots and we have a trunk. But I need a room that I need a room that will bend over, or bend to the east. Give a doorway to the east. I mean, okay, I could use a special key, which would mean that it would be a green room, which might be a courtyard, and a courtyard would be good from here. We want a courtyard. So I will use the, oh, wait a minute. This could be a room 8. This could be a room 8 key. But it can also be a courtyard key. So let's do a prism key. Aquarium. Aquarium would have a dig spot. It would have a flower, a gem flower. It would give us extra steps from our sleeping mask. Courtyard. They both cost a gem, but they both should have a gem flower to give me the gem back. Plus, I have 6 gems. We'll do the courtyard. I think that's better than the aquarium in this case. Some keys, some gems. I'm just hurting for doorways. And I don't have an access card. And I'm going to run into security doors at some point. That was a dig spot. Is there not a second dig spot? I thought there was a second. There's not a second dig spot. Sometimes there's a second dig spot, but apparently not here. Okay, fine. So we're going to go this way. Would dead end me? Does not dead end me, but I would be drafting blind. I want to get to this area of the house, right? So I'm either going to redraw or do dark room. We'll do dark room, but I'm not going to step into it at the moment. Because, well, reasons. I want to go this way and maybe connect over to the antechamber. If I do the here, I have no way of knowing if I'm connecting to the antechamber or not, because I won't be able to see the the room I'm drafting. But if I come from this direction, I might be able to, you know, pick it, right? All right, so office will give me a corner. I do want a corner. Or I could do the utility closet. I'll do the utility closet. Here's why. Because if I do the utility closet, I can turn the power on to the dark room, then see what I'm drafting, and I can get to this space just as easily as I could from the office. But it has the added benefit that I can turn off access card doors. We're going to do the, and it puts 5 coins in the tomb. So we're going to do the utility closet, and I'm glad I thought about that a moment. So before we walk into it, actually, because we can't turn the power on to the dark room until the power goes off in the dark room. So power goes off, come back over here. Now we will go to the utility closet, turn that power back on. We'll turn off the power to the turn on power to the dark room, turn off the power to the gymnasium, turn on power to the garage, turn off power to the key card entry system. So now what I can do is go straight down to the security. Well, at some point I can go straight down to the security office and make that access level high so that I don't need keys, right? Do I want to spend the steps on that now? Well, regardless, I'm leaving the utility closet. Okay. I didn't look. I don't think there was a dig spot or an extra item to pick up, but I didn't look, so my bad. If I get a dining room, I will be able to eat steps and stuff, right? I've got 41 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think I'm going to make the detour. Also gives me an excuse to, you know, I was racing through these rooms when I had the stopwatch. Now I don't have to race. Did I opened that, right? Yeah, because I did the garden before I did the clock tower. Yeah. Oh, here's an apple. Yeah, it spread fruit throughout the house. I need to remember that. So we'll pick up extra steps, picking up that fruit along the way. I've got a few extra items. What's this give me? Lucky purse. Have I had a lucky purse before? I don't know. I may have made the lucky purse before. Doubles all the coins I find. Okay, but it doesn't make more items more likely. Okay. So I think I've had that before. I think. Okay. So then I'm back to, okay. Shovel, broken lever, and I think it's battery pack that is the third thing that it wants. sledgehammer, broken lever, and so I could do like shovel, broken lever, battery pack probably, and I can do sledgehammer, broken lever, battery pack, that kind of thing. I think this third thing is a battery pack in both cases, and one of them, I've made the jackhammer, I know, but I think I've also made the other one. I think I've done both of those combos before, but maybe I haven't. Anyway, we'll hold off at the moment. We're trying to go to security. Okay. Is there a piece of fruit to eat here? I'm not seeing it. Okay. There's 4 fruit. There's a gem I've missed somewhere. There's coins. No, I want to change this. Now that I've turned off power to the, oh, that, you know what that means? That means I can probably maybe summon the elevator from outside, which will give me access to other areas of the house from the foundation. I think that's how that works. I think you can summon the elevator if the power is off. You can still summon the elevator, I think. So we can do that from the outside. So it's security level high now that the power is off and the offline mode is unlocked. That is correct. That's how we want it. I've yet to trigger my experiment. I've yet to do a haul from a haul. Yeah, if I go outside and can summon the elevator, then I can come up here and then build rooms this way and this way. And it doesn't matter if they're locked and require keys or lock picking, or if they're security doors, because I'll be able to get through either. I've got plenty of coins, so if I need to... So I just need to watch my steps, because I'm at 38 steps, which is fine at the moment, but I just need to get more steps somewhere along the way. But I'm definitely not out of options. I've got options. So I could go outside right now, come back in here and build this out before I come up here. I think I will. I think I'm going to try to build out more of this before I come up here. Make sure there is no piece of fruit here. Okay, no piece of fruit. Is there a piece of fruit in the corridor? There is not. Did something appear in the den? Did a piece of fruit appear in the den? Does not look like it. Okay. There's also a gem somewhere that I am missing, which is odd. Like, I don't know where I'm missing it, you know. Might have been placed somewhere by a lucky rabbit's foot and I just totally didn't see it. I'm trying to go this way. Is there a piece of fruit placed here? There's not. So they spread fruit throughout the house, but not a whole lot of, well, not in every room apparently. So there's a banana. All right, that's good. Yay, a banana. So yeah, see, our time, we're way late in the day. We got the clock tower too late in the day. It was after 1:30. We needed to get it before 1:30 and be there when 1:30 ticked over. To test that theory that's how you get one of the sanctum keys. So now what I need to do is I need to find a safety deposit key to use on the vault. That's my other opportunity for a sanctum key today. So, what we're doing, I could go to the tomb, to the underground. I would pick up a lot of coins in the process. Yeah, so let's go that way. Let's go this way. Because I'll pick up a bunch of coins. So if I end up with a showroom, I can, or, you know, I can buy a decent amount of stuff. We can dig this up. And I'm wondering if there are any other dig spots, right? So I'm just going to be taking a look around for more dig spots. I'm aware of the one. Question is here's another. Right, so. That's the one I just dug up? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll come after those coins. I just think I may have missed a dig spot. Or maybe not. Maybe I haven't missed a dig spot. Okay. I get turned around here. My sense of direction, you know. Oh, that's back at the entrance. I don't think I'm really wasting a lot of steps because I think I can roam around this whole area and it's still the same step. Okay, so we're gonna... And the coin purses is giving us extra coins whenever we collect these coins. So yeah, we have a lot of money. So we want a showroom is what we want. We want to find a showroom. Now from here, there's no additional dig spots down here that I'm aware of. Yada yada. So that leads to the precipice. Oh, that leads to, I'm sorry, that leads to the well. I mean, not to the well, to the fountain. Can I get even more water in the reservoir and maybe use that boat? Get across? Who knows? Maybe I might try. Next time I get pump room, I might try to put more water in the reservoir. Alright. my mouse is not responding. Why not? Oh, well, batteries died in my mouse. Give me a minute. I have to change out the batteries. Inconvenient time for the mouse to die. Not on a timer per se, so not the end of the world. What if my mouse had died right in the minute, that 1 minute stopwatch thing, and I'm not running, and I'm like, draft rooms, okay. And then I use rechargeable batteries. There we go. So I pushed the minecart out of the way so that I can get over here. From here, I can get to here. And while I'm here, I'll just go ahead and open up. I hope I don't run out of steps. That would be so silly to run out of steps. Go ahead and open, because there's a real possibility, there's a real chance that I can get to the antechamber. So we're going to open room 46. Not because it needs to be open for anything, but because, you know, why not? And there's a potential benefit for it being open. It's very small, so I'm not even going to try to detail what that. It may not be worth the steps that I'm wasting on it, is the point. Now from here, okay. That's not doing what I wanted to do. Oh. Yeah, no, it's not doing what I wanted to do. Can I not get... Maybe I can't get to the basement from this direction. I thought I could. Maybe I had needed to go to the basement versus to the underground. I probably wasted a bunch of steps is what I probably did. Okay. Okay, yeah, I'm not going to be able to get past this minecart, so I'm just going to have to... leave that there. And go... Wow, I'm wasting a lot of steps. Okay, so... there's a way past that to the basement, like to the other side of the underground. Maybe that's what the little boat is for, is to cross the reservoir, but all right. So I'm gonna leave the tomb and then go back to the basement. But I'll have to prioritize getting steps, or else a lot of egg on my face today. Yeah, I need steps. Desperately need steps. So we're just going to go to the basement entrance, which is probably what I should have done in the first place and not... I was thinking I could pick up all those coins in the tomb and get to the basement, but it's like one or the other. I can get to the underground and do the underground things, but I can't get from the underground to the basement in from that direction. I can get to the underground basement this direction. So I should have just come this way. Anyway. So now let's summon the elevator. Which we're able to do because even though we don't have an access card, we turned off power. So now we go up the elevator. I have 120. I have a decent amount of resources. I have 124 coin. I have 7 gems. I have six keys, a reroll die, but I'm hurting on, there we go, there's a turnip, there were some steps. Normally I wouldn't like a turnip, but right now I'll take a turnip. Alrighty, so what we have access to is we can build out here and we can build out here now. So we're going to start over here. And we still honestly want steps because we don't have a way to connect from here back to the rest of the house yet, other than going back to the foundation, going out, and then come back in the entrance hall and then wind our way all the way back this way, right? So we will need a lot more steps today is my point. Attic is extra items. It's a lot of extra items. That is hard to pass up. Even though I need steps, those items might include an item I need for the workshop, right? So... And I swear there's a note over there that I would like to read, but don't know how to get to. Keys, gems. Coin, key, gem. Alright, none of those were a special item. Like it was 8 items, I guess, but I didn't see any special items. So that was kind of a waste. I'm now regretting doing the attic because I really needed the doorway. This is going off. What's it going off about? I don't know. I don't know what this is going off about. It's saying I missed something. key. Alrighty. Shoot. I really was hoping to get like the item I would need to combine in the workshop. That's what I gambled on. Gambled and lost. Alright. So we're down to this doorway. Well, I don't want a dead end, so I'm going to do courtyard because I don't need to redraw this second. I'd love to rotate this courtyard the other way, but it is what it is. So many gems today. I just don't have a way to turn gems into food. I really need a dining room. I have a kitchen, right? So I have a lot of, well, no, there's not a whole lot more I can be bought at the kitchen. I already bought yeah, so I can spend 5 and then, yeah, I can't buy, there's not a whole lot of steps to be bought at the kitchen. Like, probably not enough to be worth the detour to the kitchen, because I can't get to the kitchen from here. Pantry, ooh, dead ends me. Shoot. I'm going to redraw, well, pantry will have like a piece of fruit, but that's not a whole lot of steps. So I really need doorways out this way or a dining room or something. So I'm going to redraw. And that means I won't be able to redraw here for what I need to connect to the antechamber. So that's going to be sad. Dead end. Okay, the aquarium will give me doorways here and here. So we're going to do this. Okay, so this counts as a hallway. So we've got a letter delivered to the mailroom. If I don't pick it up today, I'll pick it up on a future day. I think it will keep letters for me. It does. It doesn't. Any letter I don't read today, I'll be able to read a future day. A compass, that might be something that I can combine in the workshop. Let's get over here. I need steps. This will cost me 2 steps, but it gives me doorways here and here. This gives me 2 items. I think my mask also went off when I walked into the aquarium because it counts as a bedroom, right? And I have a sleeping mask, so it gave me steps for that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to draft a gymnasium, but I'm not going to walk into it yet. Because I don't want to spend extra steps, but I do want the extra doorways. I do want the doorway here and here. So now let's see what this is. Dead end, not dead end. So we're going to do the not dead end option, right? We have this book we can read. Oh, no. I thought this was the pump manual. No, I guess I did Swimbird. Do I have... I don't know that I have Swimbird already screenshot. Well, I'll screenshot Swimbird just in case. I really thought I had requested the pump manual, so I wasn't super, I was passing on the library a lot because I was like, oh, it's just the pump manual, and I've already solved the pump room puzzle with the reservoir. It's interesting that detective that the Red Guard detective checked out this book. That's super interesting. I do not have a magnifying glass at the moment, so this might be like one of those things where I should have come here and looked at this book with a magnifying glass, but oh well. It's basically available today, so it's either read it today or don't read it today, but there are big bolded words which I've written down in my notes previously, like that could be a clue in some way, just not sure what way, or if so, how to decipher said clue. It's basically dare is the word that they keep emphasizing over and over again. And it tells, excuse me for saying so, but it basically tells the same story that most children's books tell, which is the whole, ugly duckling, stop listening to peer pressure, believe in yourself, make your own choices in life, and you're fine the way you are, not to be patronizing, but a lot of children's books are along those same sort of theme. Let's see. Anything extra in here? There's no coin or key. Metal detector would go off, but I'll take a spin upstairs just in case. I've stopped going upstairs in the observatory, and I will probably stop coming upstairs in the library. There's never been anything up here other than these books that I need to review every so often. Let me take a look at it might tell me what, like, contraption-wise stuff. Contraptions I've made. Okay, so I've made magnifying glass plus metal detectors, burning glass, shovel, metal detector and shovel make detector shovel, right? Compass and shovel make dowsing rod. So I've made that before. Okay. Power hammer. I've made the power hammer, which is the battery pack, broken lever, sledgehammer. I've made the power hammer, and that's what broke through the wall to but I could also use the power hammer maybe in the secret garden. There's a place I could maybe use the power hammer. Also maybe a place in the weight room, maybe, to use a power hammer. Lucky purse I've made today, or I made previously, and I made again today. Jackhammer. Basically, excuse me, I'm going to screenshot this because I don't always remember my contraption recipes, and this is basically telling me my contraption recipes. So all right, there we go. And then pick sound amplifier, yeah, which is all that. So this is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So the eighth contraption that I've yet to make is none of these, right? Now, I'm going to collate this with a different note. One moment. Because in one of the drafting guides, it told me how many contraptions each item is used in. And so with that knowledge, what I should be able to do is, yeah, here we go, is deduce what items I need. So it says the battery pack is used in 3. So of the ones I've made, 1, 2. So the last contraption does use a battery pack. Okay, let me write this down. Because I only used the battery pack twice, and the drafting guide said that the battery pack is a component in 3 contraptions. The shovel is a component in 3 contraptions. So the shovel appears here, here, here. So we're done with the shovel. There's nothing else to make with the shovel, nothing new to make with the shovel. The metal detector appears in 3. Here, here, here. So we're done with the metal detector. Broken lever appears 2. Here, here. So we're done with the broken lever. Compass appears in 2. Here. And okay, so we need, so the compass is another part of the missing contraption. I have the compass. And I keep having, and I've had the opportunity to draft the co-check room. I might yet again later today, which has a battery pack. So if I can get the battery pack, the compass, back to the workshop. But let's proceed on. The hammer is in 1 contraption, and that is here. So that is done. That is used. The lockpick's in 1 contraption. That is here. It is done. It is used. The coin purse is in 1 contraption. That is here. It is done. It is used. It says there is a component used in 1 contraption. It doesn't tell us what it is, but by process of elimination, we know it's the lucky rabbit's foot, right? So that is used. The magnifying glass is used in 1 contraption. That is here. It is used. So that means that our last contraption is literally a battery pack plus compass is what we need to get. And that's just so that we can, I'm not even sure what it will do for us, but it will, we'll find out what it does, first of all, which is good information. Plus, it will, here's some stamps we've collected, and we could use them. If we get a magnifying glass, we can use magnifying glass on these stamps, right? And that might reveal some clue information, right? But also, this is how we were supposed to know Archerry's weather is stormy, because it's literally showing us that it's stormy weather on the stamp. Duh. Okay. And Nuance uses air transportation. I'll have to remember that. And Morajai uses sail transportation when it gets around to there. So I'll have to remember those things. I've yet to draft the master bedroom and I don't often do the nurse's station or the laboratory. Well, but why would I do the laboratory? I've done it in the past, but why would I go on my way to do the laboratory? The master bedroom plus 1 step for each room in your house, so yeah, it's good late in the day. At any rate, let's move on. 25 steps. I'd like to have more steps, but it is what it is. We're not sunk yet because we have a doorway here, and we could come over here and get a doorway here and here. We can go back to the foundation and come back this to over here, but that's a lot of steps to get there. Okay, music room gives us keys and a doorway. Code check would give me the battery pack that I need, but it would dead end me in that direction of the house. However, I think the code check is going to come up again. I think the coach, well, I'll kick myself if it doesn't, but it keeps coming up as an option. I will do the music room. Key card, we don't need it anymore, but good to know that sometimes it's here. That's the special, that's the major key, and then we got a regular key. So we've got lots of keys, and a lockpick kit, and a key card, and we turn off the power to the security system, so we can get through doors. That's not our issue. We can get through doors. Our issue is steps. Courtyard goes this way, which will not connect over here. I don't have a reroll though. Solarium. So the only way I'm going to get back over here is back through the foundation, back the long way. Lots of steps. So I need steps. Solarium is good. But I need the courtyard right now. I say I need it. I just need more doorways. I need the dining room is what I need. Okay, reroll is good. We like having rerolls. Yeah, see, I told you that sometimes there's multiple dig spots in a courtyard. This time it's 3. It's, yeah. And we've got just an extra coin just sitting on the ground. Okay. And with the lucky purse, it like gives us double. We got lots of money. We can get a showroom. So let's go this way. We're going to do a courtyard. I need steps though. I need steps. More letter delivered to the mailroom, but I need steps. More dig spots, more gems. I need steps. Come on. Okay. Here's the deal. I'm not going to fill in this whole house today. I'm not going to get that trophy. Servants' quarters. I will get 5 steps for walking in. Right? That's fine. That's good. Oh, did I not do this doorway? I didn't do this doorway. That's better than nothing, right? Or I could redraw and try to get something that connects more like over here to this corner. Tunnel would get me up to here. And so it's essentially like a free redraw because then I've got new options. Another letter. So we're getting letters at the very least. If we accomplish nothing else today, we will have gotten some letters to the mailroom. Yeah, because it's rank 9, not 8, so. Okay, we don't have an option. We will be dead ending. So now we can do servants' quarters. But so the laundry room. The laundry room doesn't. Oh, wait a minute. Will the laundry room let me exchange for steps? I don't think it does. If it's powered, it does. If it has power, but it doesn't have power. So without power, it doesn't let me exchange for steps. So we're just going to do the servants' quarter, and then I'm going to waste a bunch of steps to get all the way back around here, and then we're going to waste steps doing off the gymnasium looking for a dining room. Well, I'll come back here and I'll do this and whatever. Okay, so we've got running shoes. And if running shoes will save me steps, that's great. I'm not a firm believer in the running shoes, to be honest. I don't know that the running shoes actually save me steps. Do I have to be running for the running shoes to work? See, it cost me those steps. It cost me 2 steps to go from here to here. Running shoes did nothing for me. It's like, very occasionally we will save you a step, but so super occasionally you won't care. Here we go, quest bedroom. This is a thing we need. So this would be with the sleeping mask, 15 steps, and it gives us an allowance quest because if I come back over here and get to the antechamber, we can increase our allowance. I don't really need the extra gems, so I don't need to do the trophy room. I don't need all of these resources. I need steps, so we're going to take the steps. Thank you for the steps. And metal detector is saying that we've got something else, maybe a coin somewhere that will turn into multiple coins. What am I missing? Oh, yeah, okay, so a coin, but that's actually going to be with the lucky coin purse, it doubles it, so that's cool. Okay. 36 steps. So with 36 steps, I will come over here and I will explore this area looking for a dining room. And I've turned off, actually, this is not bad because I've turned off power to the gymnasium, so this won't cost me extra steps. I forgot that I did that. Yeah, so it doesn't cost me any extra steps to go through the gymnasium, so that was a good choice, even though I didn't think about it at the time. It was actually, I was like, oh, I might have to burn steps. I might have to spend steps to get steps, but I don't have to. The gymnasium was just the right choice you know, period. Yeah. And I don't care that I don't care that these are both security doors. That's fine. Because the power is off and I have an access card. So either way. We'll do the boardroom. Reason being is because we need to solve so many of those puzzles anyway for our trophy. So might as well just, you know, and it's a fun, and they're fun puzzles, so let's just do it. So 15. 20 plus 12 is 32. Minus 18. Well, 32 minus, yeah. 32 minus 18 is 14. 18 minus 13 is 5 times 2 is 10. Uh, 26 minus 6, so it's just 20, times 5 is 20. Oh, yeah. So 20 times 5, because this is add, subtract, so it doesn't even exist. So it's just 20 times 1, 5. So 20 times 5 divided by 20 is just 5. Okay, silver key, a room with many doors. We like that. We like that. That's a useful special key to have. I want a dining room. It's not going to give me a dining room. But nurse's station. With sleeping mask, I would get 5 extra steps. Or I could redraw here. Stepwise. If I go here, get 5. Go here. I'm 29 plus 5 is 34, 33, 32, 31, 30. Another like 4 to go outside. So 26, 27, 28, 29. Or excuse me, I have to be counting down. 26, 25. 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. Yeah, we can still get over here. So I'm not going to waste my redraw. I'm just going to take the nursing station. Yep, gives me those steps, and then I knew there would be something extra, so it's a gem. Alrighty. I did not do the code check, and I haven't seen the code check again, so I might not be able to do the whole battery pack thing, but I'm hoping to be able to do, well, we'll see how it goes. I may have missed my opportunity to do that. Okay, so from the gymnasium, it is 1, 2, 3 or 1, 2, 3. It doesn't matter. No, because from the billiard room, I can't get to the attic. That's not a pass-through doorway. So it's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so aquarium. We don't want to waste steps, so we got to math it. We got to math it correctly. Yeah, there's no reason to go back to the attic, so we're just going to go down. Alrighty. Maybe if we run around outside, the running shoes will actually spare us a step or two. Who knows? I've yet to see the running shoes actually be worth anything. Oh, okay, so it gave me running shoe free step. We appreciate the free step from the running shoe. So then I need to go to the den. We'll check security, because why not? I'm looking for fruit along the way, but I'm not seeing it. It's in other rooms that I've yet to revisit. Yeah, 3 fruit. There's also a gem somewhere. Okay, so I know I need the battery pack plus compass is what I need. So anything else I can construct into useful items if I want to while I'm here. So I just, the compass has to be reserved for battery pack contraption. But otherwise, I don't think anything else is really necessary. Do I have plenty of keys? I have plenty of regular keys, plenty of gems. I have 2 reroll die. I have a silver key. I have a key 8. Yeah, no, I'm not going to bother with it. I don't need to. Secret garden, and there was 8 pieces of fruit here. There's no additional pieces of fruit. There's no fruit here. Okay. No additional fruit here. No. Okay. Gem, but not a piece of fruit. I would prefer fruit to gems at this point. But it is what it is. Okay. So firstly, we're going to try to get to the antechamber because of our whole allowance quest, right? Trophy room does it. Yeah, totally. We don't even need to redraw. Trophy room gets us there. Cool. Before I go there, though, I'm going to go over here because these are the only 2 potential remaining rooms, and I have 2 reroll die, and I have 20 steps, so whatever steps I need, I can get here at the very least, even if I can't, get all the way back to, like, the foundation, let's say. Or the underground, I mean. So here's the deal. I kind of want I really kind of just want the I don't need a room that with many doors. I kind of just want the code check. So I'm not going to use the silver key. Okay, drawing room is not the coat check, but it does give me a redraw, right? This would more likely draw unusual and rare rooms while drafting, but that would be pointless because I would have no additional room to draft. So I won't spend a redraw here because this is just going to give me a free redraw on this room anyway. So that just gives me multiple, 3 redraw chances instead of just 2 redraw chances on getting the coat check. Okay. No fruit. Okay, I want that coat check because I want that battery pack. Give it to me. Study is not the coat check. We're going to redraw. And probably wish we had stuck with the study for who knows what reason. I don't need the pool at this point. It'd give me 2 trunks, but I don't need trunks. I don't even need really steps anymore. I just need coat check. So we're going to redraw. Ooh, freezer. Here's the thing. I could freeze 8 gems and 84 coin. Or I could try one more time for like a showroom or a coat check. The freezer does not let me freeze my keys, so and now I wish I'd stuck with the freezer. All of these are pointless. Yeah. Completely pointless. I should have taken taken a freezer or coat check earlier when I had the opportunity. I'm not even going to walk into the boiler. It's completely pointless. All right, but now I know that I need battery pack, which I can get from the code check, along with compass and workshop. I know that that's what I deduced. I could have deduced that without walking around today. I could have deduced that from my notes already, but it is what it is. So basically, all we're going to accomplish today is an allowance quest. And we're not in 184 coins and a bunch of, and see all these gems. I could have, if I had drafted the freezer, I could have come here, gotten all these gems, right? Then gone and walked into the freezer, and then had a bunch of gems and coins for tomorrow. But I'm an idiot. I gambled incorrectly. I should have done the freezer and then not walked into it yet. We'll walk in the room 46 because we can. There's really nothing more to do here. End the day with the crown because we can. It's a shame. These are still not interactable and stuffs. It's a shame. See, all these clocks are like stuck at 1:30, and that's what the clock tower says. So I think 1:30 is a very specific time for the clock tower. As opposed to the current time, which is like ticking up over here. Right? It's going on what, midnight? It's saying? Doesn't look like midnight outside. It's too light to be midnight, but that's what the clock is saying. Whatever. Okay. I have 184 coins and 15 gems and 14 keys, which are totally going to waste. But I have not eaten yet today in real world, so can I think of anything else that could be done? You know what can be done? You know what can be done? 1:30, maybe it's twice a day. Maybe the clock tower will activate twice a day. So maybe, because it's going on midnight, maybe I can just go to the clock tower and wait for it to roll over to like 1:30. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to get back to the clock tower with my remaining steps, if I have enough steps to do so. And then just hang out in the clock tower and see if anything happens. Even if we get a sanctum key, we won't have enough steps to get it to the back down to the foundation, or back down, outside. But we'll at least know. We'll at least know that whether that is the correct way to get a sanctum key or not. So we need to go. Boiler room doesn't connect us anywhere, so we need to go courtyard. And we need to go down to the veranda. And we need to go to the... Okay. I should probably be quick because game time passes pretty quickly, so it's 1:30 is probably coming up. Here, and then let's see if something happens right at 1:30. It's literally just going to be me watching this clock hand go around. So, see how this clock is stuck at 1:30? It's not moving. But this is the clock that tells the actual time, and it is moving. As is this one. Right? But this is the one that's like, hey, this is the special time. 1:30 is the special time. All the other clocks are moving. So yes, I'm just going to be hanging out here a while. Which will be super boring for you. I will be right back. I have minutes to kill, so I'm just going to change some laundry over. Okay. Where are we time-wise? Okay, we're going on. This will come around and become 1 o'clock. So then it has to. So it basically needs one more revolution because it needs to get from here all the way back around to here, the big hand. But we haven't missed it. So I'm sitting here waiting, and I don't know if I should be waiting upstairs or downstairs. Right? But I'm hoping that 1:30 is not like specifically 1:30 p.m., but it can be 1:30 a.m. It can be just 1:30 anytime the clock says 1:30 is what I'm hoping. And I can't think of any reason why that shouldn't be the case. Because there's nothing that really, you know, delineates PM versus AM on a 12-hour clock. So none of our clues, they all say our clues are all about 1:30. They're not about AM versus PM. So honestly, both either time should be valid. Either time should work. This is telling us that one of the realm crests uses whichever one this color is. Well, it has this moat, has this society. Which I think is the poetic society, poetic, you know, they consider themselves poetic people, I believe is what this means. And I forget which color that refers to. My notes tell me somewhere. It's the Roman rune book, and it tells me the color that is, and from the color I can tell which realm it is. Violet. Okay. And then violet is in the classrooms, the Iraja. So Iraja is violet and poetic and the whole deal. Okay. Iraja is poetic. That's what that's telling me. Okay. Which is the realm south of us. South of where we are. And I think it's still a railway realm. From the history I read, I think all three realms were railway realms. The weather I'm not as sure about, but it's not going to be stormy, and it's not going to be foggy, because those have already been used, so it's going to be some other weather. All right, we're getting close. I seriously don't know if I should be upstairs or downstairs for this. Even a stopped clock like that one is right twice a day. Not just once a day, twice a day. And this is excruciating, waiting, you know, these last, you know, minute or two. For a person such as myself, because I'm not a patient person. And because I don't know if it's going to work, and if I don't, and I don't know if I'm going to miss it because I need to be downstairs when I'm upstairs, or upstairs when I need to be downstairs, or what the deal is. I don't know what I'm looking for. This is just an experiment. Find out what I might be looking for. Hopefully it'll make some sort of noise to indicate, oh, we're doing something. Something is triggered. Maybe. And if it is open for a certain window, I don't know how long it will be open for. Like, if it's, is it a minute or... Okay, nothing's changed up here. Wow, okay. Yeah, okay, 1:30 came and went, and I did not see anything change. At all. Ah, shoot. Oh, well. Okay, well, I've got 9 steps. Nothing to do with I'm going to call it a day. I'm losing 184 coins, 15 gems, 14 keys. Those are all wasted. All of these items are wasted. It is what it is. We increased our allowance yet again to 41. Not sure how much allowance we actually need. But we also got, 3 letters to the mailroom. I can't get to the mailroom with 9 steps, can I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe. So I will try to pick up my letters from the mailroom. I forgot about that. So we experimented with the clock tower. Our experiment failed. I really don't know what's going on with the clock tower. So now... Parlor... Secret Garden... Workshop... fruit somewhere, but I don't know where. Okay. And then corridor. Not seeing piece of fruit. Then I'm not seeing piece of fruit. But then observatory will go to mailroom. So Observatory. I literally have no idea what the telescope is supposedly doing for us. Oh, because I do the telescope and then I can do this. That's how that works. Ah. Okay, well now I know for the future. I use the telescope and then I have to use the small telescope. Then I have to separately use the big telescope. So I have to use both of them independently. That's how that works. That gave me 5 more steps, and there's more chests or trunks here, and flowers would appear in green rooms, but they've already been drafted and all that kind of stuff. So we're just going to get our mail. But now I know for future. Oh, here's an apple. Now can you stop being upset about the telescope, because now I know how the telescope works. It literally lets you do the whole experience twice. Okay. So here are letters that we have yet to read. These are new letters. Oh, a piece of fruit. Sure, I'll eat it. New letters. Oh. Simon, let me know if I'm writing to you too much. I've never been too good at gauging where the line of impropriety is, and for all I know, maybe the help I'm offering these letters is unwanted. Maybe you are perfectly fine without my help. It's been a bit of a moral quandary for me as I've written these, as I'm fairly certain your uncle didn't want us to assist you on your quest. Still, if it was that important, I have to believe he'd have foresight to specifically instruct us not to interfere. Nothing ever deterred him from that level of supervision in the past. After working alongside him for over a decade, I'd like to at least imagine that we were friends and that I knew him well. In conclusion, I think he would have found the level of help I have offered well within the acceptable range. I haven't spoken too much about him since his departure, and I know you didn't know him that well, but as soon as you're ready, I'm going to have plenty of stories to tell. He was a fearless businessman with the greatest respect for invention. Of all the laboratories I've worked in, I can tell you Mount Holly was a gem, and I'm hoping we can continue that work once you've taken up the reins. But I won't get ahead of myself. You still have to find the 46th room. No, I don't. I've already found it. Make sure that's a new letter, because okay, yeah, so boom, boom. So this is, okay. Dear Simon, after giving it some thought, I've decided that I'm going to continue helping you. Sure. Well, thank you, Randolph. Just assume I'm stupid and could use all the help that I can get, right? Right. I don't think he's saying I'm stupid, but I'm just like, you know. Okay. I also just had a small chat with the probate lawyer, and he assures me that there's nothing in the Baron's instructions that would preclude me from offering you my modest assistance. So let me tell you what I know. About a week before Sinclair died, something rather curious happened. A few lab assistants were called by Mrs. Babbage, the house manager, to remove several floor plans from Sinclair's drafting studio. Typically, all of the unused floor plans are kept there, and I've never heard of them being moved to another location, nor would I presume to guess the reason for such an action. I'm not sure which floor plans were removed or where they were moved to, save one, which I was instructed to remove myself. So we found one in the telescope in the observatory, and I think we found a couple of some other places. Assuming it was not moved again after I hit it, you should be able to find it in the observatory hidden within the lens compartment of the telescope they're in. We found that pretty early. I think we might have found that like day 1 or 2 or something. If there is a reason behind the removal of these floor plans from the drafting studio, hopefully this will serve as the first illuminating step toward finding out why. Randolph. So we're behind letter-wise because we've yet to learn information we didn't already know. Hey, Simon, I'm going to assume at this point you've likely reached the upper ranks of the house and run into our keycard security doors. These are actually a fairly new addition to the house that were designed by Kirk, Darren, and myself and were installed after an unfortunate incident 2 years ago when some of your uncle's correspondence was stolen by a member of the staff who had somehow managed to reach a room that they should not have been able to find. We're still not 100% sure how he got past the antechamber seals, but it was clear after that episode that not a member of the staff should have unchecked access to the higher ranks of the estate. It's important to note here that in my own experience, I've found every other member of the staff to be extremely trustworthy and unwavering in their loyalty to your uncle. He's going to just continue to tell me information I already know at this point. That's frustrating. Still, after that incident, we decided to err against our own confidences and opted to install a state-of-the-art security system, issuing keycards to only the most trusted members of this senior staff. If you find the security doors become an annoyance while you are attempting to navigate the house, you should be able to lower their frequency from the security terminal, and there's even a nifty trick to unlock them by utilizing the utility closet in conjunction with the security settings. We know that. And then he's telling us, you know, like, codes for commonplace, standard, unusual, and rare. Alrighty, so we got new letters. They didn't tell us stuff we didn't already know, but we ate some fruit along the way. So with 12 steps, is there anything left to do before calling it a day? I mean, I can open the trunks in the entrance hall, but nothing's going to change the fact that I can't draft another room, right? So the only thing that could potentially change is if I could figure out how to get a sanctum key out of the clock tower, but I don't know. So I'll open the trunks because why wouldn't I, right? Whatever I get will be wasted. I should have figured that out when the first time I was in the observatory and had the 2 telescopes. It would have been nice at that point in time to trigger everything twice. We've gotten even more gems, so many gems. 214 steps, and I never saw the showroom today. Even, well, anyway, it is what it is. I don't have a way to save money. I mean, I put a coin in the fountain already, and that's, I don't know how else to save money. There was no other doorways, no other tricks to employ. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to the underground. I want to the tomb. I want to end my day in the tomb. Because I think it's fitting to end my day here. I'll go look. There's probably even more coins to pick up here. There are. Look at all those coins. But I'm not going to pick them up because I doubt they'll stay for the next time the tomb is drafted. But just in case, I won't pick them up. But I'm just going to end my day. I'm going to call it a day right here. All right, this was day 46. We increased our allowance to 41. We got just about every item other than I kept passing on the coat check room, which would have given me the battery pack, which I needed to take to the workshop with the compass to create the last contraption, which would have given me another trophy. But now I know for the future. But I got basically every other item, you know, almost every other item you can get, but not a magnifying glass, not other than the magnifying glass. I was in the clock tower at 1:30 when it like rolled over to 1:30. Nothing happened. So that's a big theory of mine. I was like, surely when I'm in the clock tower exactly at 1:30, something really specific is going to happen. And I didn't see that thing happen. I didn't hear anything happen. I didn't see anything happen. Kind of disappointing. We did increase our allowance because we did another allowance quest to the antechamber, right? But honestly, an allowance quest to the antechamber may have been and reading some letters that told us information that we already know, that maybe get us closer to getting letters for information we don't yet know, are basically, so far as I'm aware, the only accomplishment we had today. It's not much of an accomplishment. I mainly just, and again, we did not complete the house because we weren't able to get these 3 rooms. At this point, I didn't have the option to like continue on upward. Yeah, I'm disappointed because I spent quite a bit of real world time on this day, and I'm wasting a lot of resources. 214 coins, 16 gems, 15 keys are all being wasted, and I don't have and all these items are being wasted because I didn't get a showroom, so I don't have a moon pendant. So it feels like a real waste of resources and opportunity. It is what it is. This was day 46. Thank you for being with me on this day. A long day for being somewhat disappointing. Mount Holly Archaeological Shopping Center, 21 excavated dig spots, 4 shop rooms, none of which were the showroom or the gift shop for that matter. Total rooms 42, rank reached 10, steps taken 147, items found 18. Okay. Have a good one.